Growing tomatoes in cooler climates can sometimes be a challenge, if not feel futile. I'm no authority on it, but I'm getting better, and it's because of my tomato choices. So in choosing seeds, I'm looking for those that are popular in cooler climates, that are known to work in cooler climates. Just make life easier. By the way, this is normally wide open ocean. This is sea ice that's come in, and Bruce and I have been able to watch seals out here today, which is always fun. So I'm going to run through 6 tomato varieties that I've chosen. I will start them indoors, as we must do in these shorter, cooler seasons, about 8 to 10 weeks before they'll go out into my beds outside. I do not have a greenhouse or a polytunnel. When we mean cooler climates, to give you an example of mine, tomatoes plump up and get juicy and red and gorgeous in heat. They love heat. So 26 degrees Celsius, which is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. They love warmth. My average summer temperature in the daytime is 16 degrees Celsius, which is 60-61 Fahrenheit. Not to say we don't get up to 20 sometimes, and then we're all dying of heat here. Not used to it, but it's not the norm. It's getting a bit warmer these years, but it's still, our average is 16 degrees. So you can imagine how you have to be picky in the seeds you choose. So I'll rhyme through them. The first one is Scotia. This is an old maritime favorite. Scotia being Nova Scotia, where I grew up. And it's obviously been developed for a cool climate. It matures in 60 days. It's a bush variety, determinate, and it worked really well for me last year. Next one also worked well for me last year. I got this from a local seed seller who's been selling these for years, and it's beefsteak bush. I was surprised, they did really well. They're supposed to be very compact. I found mine grew, maybe they just grew leggy. Mine weren't as compact as I was expecting them to be. But again, it's a determinate, and it was, I think it says, I have to look, 60 days, 62 days for maturity. Next one, I can't remember this growing, though I did grow it, so it must have done fine. Burpee's Early Pick VF Hybrid. Well, the name says it all, early pick. Again, developed by Burpees for cool climates. And then 2 that, well, Sun Gold, I'm very pleased to know that that grows. I grew it for the first time last year, and it grows well and fast and quick. This is an early hybrid variety, indeterminate, bears fruit throughout the whole season. And so super sweet, lovely, lovely flavor. Then the good old Tiny Tim grows for me well indoors or outdoors. It just flourishes outdoors, so I'll be planting those also. This year, totally new for me, is Black Zebra. It's an heirloom, and it is a bit longer. I think it was 75, I had to look this one up, it's not on the packet. 75 days to maturity. But I think that should be fine if I get it well on its way. But the flavor here, it's supposed to be sweet and juicy and just a really enjoyable flavor. So I have to have one that's a super, super flavor. Not that these others aren't, I mean, again, they've been developed for taste and climate. So they're all lovely. But yes, I may not be able to go through some of the catalogs and though I can dream about some of these gorgeous gourmet tomatoes, it's not going to happen for me here. So that's 6 of the varieties that I'm putting out. Let me know what you're seeding in your areas. We're all different, and this works in a maritime climate. For many years now, I play around with tomato plant growing indoors throughout the winter, and it tides me over and keeps me happy. But it's time for me to get to the real tomatoes outside and start thinking about what it is I'm going to plant. These 2 plants actually are a variety that I grow outdoors called bush beefsteak. It's surprisingly easy to grow tomatoes indoors, especially cherry tomatoes. These ones, well, not all of the big old beefsteak will hang on, but it's fun to try and fun to see what you get, and just absolutely wonderful to get tomatoes in the middle of winter. So I can't wait to get started. Thanks for joining me. See you soon.